Hey guys, it's Brandon. Took the C8 Z06 out, ran the gas through it because I haven't been driving it a lot. So ran through a quarter of a tank of gas and then put some new gas in it, so it's good to go for a while again. Don't have to worry about blowing up the motor, hopefully. The engine's definitely weaker than when I first bought the car. I'd love to put it on a dyno against a newer car. It doesn't make much power like it used to. But anyway, so I'm sitting here laughing at myself that, I took a nap earlier and then I made this video, and it helps me to figure things out when I talk them through, but it's also funny to look back on how bad I am at talking. It's definitely my weakness. It's like my brain understands things, but I can't verbalize it. So here it is in the simplest form, right? General Motors knew that they were going to offer all-wheel drive in every single one of their models, but they wanted to keep that secret from the masses because it's like General Motors develops cars as they go. They work on this project, then they work on this project, then they work on this project. So what they did was, it's pretty clever. They released the all-wheel drive car, the all-wheel drive Grand Sport, and not the two-wheel drive Grand Sport. So that's the only one that they released in all-wheel drive, and they released it alone in all-wheel drive to program you into thinking that the all-wheel drive car is this exclusive thing. Okay, and then they left hints that there's going to be a Zora, which is the all-wheel drive ZR1. Again, that's a lie, but the point is this. Once General Motors got the all-wheel drive figured out on the E-Ray, now at any time, they can segue into the quote-unquote Grand Sport. And I mean literally any time, because it's the same VIN sequence, and they can literally hold back window stickers to cars that are already built and decide after the car is already built, are we going to start calling this the Grand Sport X, or are we still going to call it the E-Ray? They can decide it at any time. And when they hold back these window stickers, it causes these discrepancies with the VIN tracking websites, because C8tracker.com basically does all VIN numbers based on the window stickers. So if there's not a window sticker, C8tracker.com doesn't publish it. So now General Motors can keep cars secret from the masses simply by not printing a window sticker to a car, because General Motors is still undecided what they want to call the car. So General Motors is debating when they're going to release this big surprise to you that every single car is going to have all-wheel drive, and that the all-wheel drive E-Ray now has the two-wheel drive version, also known as the Grand Sport, and the Grand Sport is the Grand Sport X, is the E-Ray now, okay? They can do this at any time. Then the other secret is, do you let the masses know that there's a car after the twin-turbo car? If you call the twin-turbo car right out of the gate the SS, and people know that the ZR1 is still coming, people, I don't know, might not make as big of a deal out of the SS and say, oh, I'm just going to wait for the ZR1. So what they did is they lied to everybody, in my opinion. They tell everybody this is the ZR1, when in reality there's another car coming. But since I called them out on it, now there's debating, okay, well, maybe we'll just call the other car the Zora, and we'll still call this the ZR1. But they're up in the air on that. And the reason why they're up in the air on that, it's obvious, is because they have not printed any window stickers yet to the quote-unquote 1064 ZR1 car. So they're using the same strategy that they already knew they were going to use on the E-Ray, where it's like, well, we just won't print the window stickers when we start getting close to transition time. That way we can say, haha, we built 100 of these cars without you guys even noticing. Well, it's because everybody thought it was the E-Ray. Okay? Or, haha, we built 100 of these cars without you noticing. Well, that's because everybody thought it was the quote-unquote ZR1. When in reality, you could have these other models like the Grand Sport and the SS 1064 and blah, blah, blah. And also, your competitors don't see any of this coming because the all-wheel drive doesn't create a new VIN sequence to any of these cars, nor does the two-wheel drive if you've already got the all-wheel drive E-Ray out. The two-wheel drive of the E-Ray doesn't create a new VIN sequence. So your competitors don't see that you're coming out with all these different cars. And the one VIN sequence, new VIN sequence that you do have coming out, you can completely surprise everybody, and it turns out it's an SUV. So, again, I'm not positive how the VIN sequences work exactly. Like, I don't study VIN sequences. I'm not an expert on VIN sequences. But it'd be interesting to see. The ZR1 VIN is very close to the E-Ray VIN. Okay? It's like 1G1YM for the E-Ray and 1G1Y, I forget what it is, but it's like it's that M and like L, that's the only difference. It's not a big difference, okay, is the point that I'm getting at. So that the current quote-unquote ZR1 could be part of the VIN sequence of the E-Rays. I'm not sure, but that family, okay, if that makes sense. So the new VIN sequence that everybody knows is coming could be still for the SUV. So I got to do some more research about what VIN sequence is which. Like, I don't know which is which and what they all are. But the point is, the 1064 car could be part of the Grand Sport family, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to get back to work here, work on some stuff. But I just figured I'd make the video because the one that I made earlier today, it was rough. All right. So anyway, that's enough. See ya.